Welcome back to Autoveiw Pro. Today, we're diving into the refreshed 2026 Tesla Model S, a refined evolution of an icon, blending subtle design tweaks with meaningful upgrades under the surface. Let's explore everything you need to know about this nearly new iteration of Tesla's flagship sedan. Right off the bat, if you glance at the 2026 Model S, you might think nothing's changed. It looks almost identical to the previous generation. But as the saying goes, don't judge a Tesla by its cover. Beneath that familiar silhouette lie several refinements that make this refresh quite compelling. Visually, Tesla has subtly redesigned the headlights and taillights. They now feature fresh internals and adaptive beam technology that enhance visibility and give the lighting signature a modestly modern refresh. The Plaid variant also sports a reworked front bumper with larger, more angular intakes, improving both aesthetics and aerodynamic efficiency. All versions of the Model S, whether the long-range AWD or the high-performance Plaid, now come with new wheel designs. Standard AWD models roll on 19-inch wheels with optional 21s, while the Plaid has its distinct wheel options, both optimized for airflow and range. A new paint option, Frost Blue, adds a visual highlight, though it comes with a premium price tag. Now let's step inside. The changes are more about ambiance than architecture. You'll find dynamic ambient lighting, now gracing the dashboard and doors, featuring animated effects when you enter. That front view camera is a notable new feature too, enhancing autopilot and driver awareness while adding useful perspective for assistive features. But the real story lies beneath the skin. Tesla has refined the ride with upgraded suspension bushings and hardware, borrowed from improvements seen in the recent Model 3 Highland refresh. These tweaks deliver more comfort, better damping, and a smoother ride over varying road surfaces. Noise isolation has also been dialed in. Improved cabin sealing, refined welds, and tweaks to the active noise cancellation system bring a quieter atmosphere to the cabin, great for long drives or immersive listening sessions. And then there's range, arguably the headline stat for any EV. The long-range AWD now achieves an EPA estimated 410 miles, up from 405, Tesla's longest ever range for the Model S. The Plaid hasn't been left behind either. It now delivers around 368 miles, a bump from the previous 359. Do note that opting for the larger 21-inch wheels can slightly reduce these numbers. Performance specs remain blistering. The Plaid continues to produce a monumental 1,020 horsepower and 1,050 Nm of torque, just as before. But with aerodynamic improvements and weight savings, its real-world efficiency and stability see a boost. Pricing has moved upward in line with added value. In the US, the long-range AWD starts around $86,630, while the Plaid comes in at about $101,630. Now, not everyone thinks the refresh was worth the price hike. A prominent TikTok car dealer, JJ from Inside EVs, advises buyers to consider opting for a 2025 Model S Plaid instead, for two key reasons. 1. The 2025 models are based on fully matured platforms free of early kinks, and 2. They cost roughly $10,000 less. According to him, many of the updates, ambient lighting, suspension tweaks, the front camera, could be retrofitted later, and likely far more affordably. That sentiment has traction among Tesla forums too. One Reddit user noted that what attracted them to the 2026 Model S Plaid were the small but meaningful upgrades in the camera ride. Another said, as a Plaid owner, I got the lighting pre-run but unplugged, suggesting that Tesla intentionally wired in future upgrades. On Art Tesla Lounge, comparisons between older Model S variants and the new Model Y show some interesting opinions. One user said the yoke steering wheel plus front screen is a game changer, allowing maps, FSD visuals, and side camera feeds to display directly in the driver's line of sight, reducing distraction from the central screen. Another added that the handling, torque, and those infotainment extras still make the S feel more premium than the newer Y. All in all, the 2026 Model S is less a revolutionary redesign and more an evolutionary refinement. It emphasizes interior comfort, quieter cabins, enhanced aerodynamics, and increased range while preserving the looks and performance that define the Model S. So, what does this mean for you, the viewer? Here's the takeaway. If you want the quietest, most range-packed Model S to date with mild style and tech improvements, the 2026 is a compelling pick. If you're budget-conscious or wary of first-year issues in refresh cycles, a late 2025 model might still deliver nearly all this value for less. And if you already own a 2025 Model S, you may be able to retrofit some of the new goodies, ambient lights, front view camera, and delay the added cost. In terms of charging, the Model S lineup remains compatible with Tesla's supercharger network, now rolling out V4 stations capable of up to 1.2 megawatts 1,200 kilowatts peak output, though the S itself currently limits to established power levels. Plus, with increasing industry support for the NACS connector and Tesla's expanding network, connectivity is only getting better. On the autonomy front, the 2026 Model S ships with hardware for Tesla Vision-based FSD computer, now standard since 2023 across refreshed Model S and X vehicles. Tesla has announced that Hardware 5, a much more powerful system, is targeting production at the end of 2026. So the 2026 Model S could be among the first to get that upgrade, potentially offering major leaps in processing power and FSD capability. Wrapping up, the 2026 Tesla Model S delivers a refined, smoother, quieter, and more efficient take on an EV legend. It's a smart buy for those prioritizing range and comfort, though savvy shoppers may weigh the value of last year's model with similar hardware. Thank you for tuning into Autoveiw Pro. If you found this breakdown helpful, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives like this. As always, drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you Team 2026, or are you sticking with 2025? Let us know. Safe driving, and I'll see you in the next one.